Let's go.
Go get her, big stepper, hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, certified one West hitters. Whoa, go get her, big stepper, hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, certified one West hitters. Whoa. Yo, what you say? No, we don't play you out your mind. Watch what you say, that type of shit could get you lined. And if you search, then let me tell you what you'll find. The city is mine. Just a mud who became the pick of the litter. Now my name ring bells when you talk heavy hitters. Nice nigga, but don't make me transform like Thriller. Sam Cooke a nigga beat like I was born by the river. Go get her, you piss her, you get off of the shitter. Can't put you in the spotlight, you niggas are with her. Keep an eye open round for any nigga that slither. Cause it ain't no sunshine here like Bill Withers. Whoa, fuck you know about this life I live. How you gon' talk to me like I ain't lose no rib? Like I ain't lose no crib, ain't lose no kid. Ain't sleep in my car and I ain't lose no gig. Shit, I never gave an order that I ain't did. And I ain't never take a fucking thing that I wouldn't give. Always kept it a bill, homie, I ain't fib. And if I had to go sit, then I just do my bid. Yo, my whole team full of steel beams we can't fold. Your whole circle full of some squares you can't roll. That's why we always take it to levels you can't go. Talk shit, but you can see me with these hands though. If looks to kill like Cyclops, these niggas wanna see me in Pine Box. Know that on my watch, got a better chance to rewind clocks when you quit, nigga, when time stops, bitch. Go get her, big stepper, hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, certified one West hitters. Whoa, go get her, big stepper, hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, certified one West hitters. Whoa.
This flow is award winning. Torment them, bomb to death, I'm bored with them. Trash him, throw him away with the has-beens. Ice cold with the flow, I'm Alaskan. You was in the fucking jungle in the past tense. I be with the lions, they my friends, Carol Baskins. And like her, they'll never find a body. Tiger stripe tracksuit, feeling like Joe Exotic. Shit, I don't know what it is, but I know I got it. Feeling like Alonzo, surgical with the shotty. All you see is skull and bones, Illuminati. Probably, I be the illest nigga to do it. I just talk shit on the beat and they call it music. I just come provide you with heat, remain the coolest. You ain't never been in the street with all the shooters. I was sipping yak with rioters and looters. Gotta keep my boots laid, shoot straight. Run up on you with the deuce 8 in a screw face. It's bad out here, my style effortless. 2 hands hugging a Ruger, so affectionate. A lot of suckers don't want war, I'm respecting it. Biggest stepper, snatch your plate, the hood starving. Cause they got beard shoot trades like James Harden. Straight from NY to Philly, we still mobbing.
Go get her, big stepper, hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, certified one West hitters. Whoa. Go get her, big stepper, hard body, one West rapper. Put on for my king, my niggas, certified one West hitters. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Alright, we gonna take it to the new school right now. My man Shaw, South Cat, holding it down. You know we waiting on y'all. We sit back waiting on them chariots. Hey yo Shaw, let them know, come on.
Talking about how much money you got, but in reality the Lord just got you there, don't watch it fall. What's gonna save you in the end, but if you don't know, comprehend. Choose knowledge over silver and gold. No, we ain't the same, I'm in the UPK. Ordained by the Lord to drop the jewels to poverty. The poverty, it looks so wild when we out on this bitch. And no, we don't play no games, so stay home, little kids. It's like a sword what we say, but it's in the game like EA. Boy, know your lane like freeways, or I have to see like CJ. I got my grind and replay, but I want your life like relay. I'm at they neck, cause I'm up next, nigga. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown, uptown. Niggas swear they gotta hit, we'll batter up now, but we are not the same. I'm a priest in private, okay. Got money paying tithes for me. My people starving like some damn puppies. I'm a big dog, use a damn puppet. The lowest nigga in the school can probably show you something. Somebody bring me some wine. Is it my baby? That's Lil' Bae. I call her that cause she whine. I'm in my mood, that's all the way. I should have been named prime time. But I'm a prince, so call me Shaw, and I'll be quite fine. Yeah. Tear it and I'm whipping. I'll whip it like a new slave. The rose is different.
All right, no sweat. All right, so Israelite School UPK in Milwaukee. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. What we do is we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth about the history of our people. You understand? Like, we've been taught that we African American. We've been taught that we've been taught that we niggas. You understand? Really, if we're gonna take that word, we can reapply it. And what we've done in the Israelite School UK is we've rebranded the Israelite School UK, and we've called university. Real nigga university, that's where you can come and find out exactly where in the hell your history has been taken and put in. It a lot of in the book, you didn't even know who you are today. And then here's another thing about it. What's stunning to me is that we don't even care. We don't even care. And that also has its roots in something. So first of all, the white man devil that the Bible speaks of. Now, when I say that, what am I talking about? Devil, I don't mean a little red man with ears and horns and a pitchfork and a tail that's wagging his tail sitting on your shoulder. That's not what I'm talking about. That's a fictional character. That's not true. That comes from folks, that come from white people educating you, that come from horror movies, that come from watching, you understand, TNT at night, HBO. That's where that comes from. In reality, the word devil just means deceiver. Deceiver. There's a race of people that deceive this entire earth. What did they deceive? Well, first of all, their number one goal was to deceive you. Why? Because there was always a war between you. Never let them fool you. You ever heard the term natural born enemies? Black people and white people are literally natural born enemies. Why would I say that? Now, I would never say something like that if I couldn't stand on that. If you look in Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23, it'll tell you that the progenitor, which is the father of white people, and the progenitor of black people, Hispanics and Native Indians, which is Jacob, that they were struggling in the womb together. Matter of fact, get that scripture for me. Go ahead. And now listen, we going live because we broadcast here from Milwaukee all over the world. We all over the world. Now listen, here's what you can't do. You can't throw away. Now, here's what I do want to do. I want everybody to know out there that's hearing my voice. What we do is we pick up the Bible and we wipe religion off of it. You understand? Religion is not the way of the Bible. You understand? Go to Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. Excuse me, 21. You can start at 21. Now, why is it so important to wipe Christianity off the Bible? Because a lot of people think that Christianity got something to do with how you follow Christ. In today's time, it just really don't. Them niggas are the most vile, disgusting, drug peddling, weed smoking, crack stealing, hole popping. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what you get out of Christian church. We all grew up in it. I grew up in a Christian church where what? Well, one day I can go in there. First of all, the day before I went in there, I was at the club. I don't even get it twisted. I was at the club. Yeah, bitches were shaking booty everywhere. You understand? I'm throwing down, smoking weed, all this before I found the job, right? Now, then I go to the club on Sunday because the church is the club on Sunday. Who in here, if you a real nigga, let me know. Raise your hand. I'm a real nigga. Where the hell you go to find women at on Sunday? Where they at? Go ahead. Oh yeah, they in the Christian church, and they dress with all the flyers dresses and skin tight dresses, and in there you're getting another show from the club. When I went in there and I got baptized before, you understand? And when I went into the water, you know, when the music come on, take me to the water. They took me to the water, dumped me, Before I went into the water, I was a drug dealing, gang banging, killing, murderous, bank robbing bastard. I ain't give a damn. I was selfish. You understand? I'm selling my community drugs. I'm fighting over corners and blocks, doing all that. Then he dumped me into the water. And in my mind, when he dumped me into the water, when he lift me up, I'm gonna come up out the water, a whole nother person, as if this is magic or spookism. Dump me in the water, I come back up, guess what? I'm just a wet drug dealer. You understand? I'm just wet to the fire. That's all it is. Now it's mine before he in the water, fine. Because I thing I had to do. I had to get high before I ate. I had to get high before I had sex. I had to get high before I went to the bathroom. Check that, make sure there ain't nobody's whip out there. I had to check that. You understand? I had to make sure that I was living my life the best way that I could. You understand? The best way that I could was what I was taught. And what did I see from my uncle, my fathers, my mother, everybody was how to lie. They told me how to lie. I just want you to know, my mama didn't taught me how to lie. Who knows? Who knows how they taught me how to lie? Go ahead, Bree.
You like other people.
Well, yeah, so. Well, give me an example on how they made me learn how to lie. Go ahead, Bree.
The first thing they did was told you that Christmas was and your birthdays and all of that was important, and that it was right for you to celebrate.
Yes, here's how they taught me how to lie. I'm playing on Easter. I'm looking. I know that bunnies don't lay eggs. I know that. You understand? I know that for a fact. But yet, my parents, they tell me come outside, put my Sunday's best on. We've been dying eggs all goddamn weekend. The house smelled like straight ass. Y'all know that. Y'all know I ain't making this up. The house smelled like booty. We've been dumping the damn eggs into the dye. We come outside. You know, they got the eggs with a couple dollars in it. They got a $20 bill in one egg. That's the one you want to find. You know what I'm saying? They got something else. And then here I am walking around living a lie as if Easter bunnies lay eggs. Bunnies never laid eggs. I don't know the truth behind Easter till I came into the Israelite school, UPK, and then I showed the history of what Easter was all about. Come to find out, Easter is another way to say Ishtar. Ishtar is an ancient Babylonian goddess. You understand? That's all about fertility and having sex and having babies. That's what they teach your kids. And everybody know that rabbits are some of the most, they're known for having sex. They're known for fertility. That's what it was all about. But I didn't know that. Christmas come around. I know ain't no fat white man coming to my hood anyway. First of all, when I was growing up, you didn't see white people in my hood. That's just a fact. If you see white people in my hood, they was getting chased or they was on crack. That was it. If they weren't doing that, they was getting chased, robbed, set up, or on crack. That's the only way you see white people in my hood. So here's how I know that my mama and them were teaching me how to live a lie. First of all, they told me, son, follow la, deck the halls with balls of whatever the hell, they holly or whatever. We made a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree, we put it up. We putting gifts underneath the Christmas tree. My mama putting. Now here my mama is married to my father, putting goddamn cookies on a mantle for another man to come in the house and eat. And she could damn near die. My father come home, damn, sometimes ain't no food for him. Now, how many black women making niggas food nowadays? Not a lot. Most of their ass can't even cook. Them cookies that the Santa Claus get nowadays ain't even from scratch. Them Chips Ahoy, you understand, Oreos with some eggnog that they didn't got from Pick and Save. Nevertheless, though, my point is this before I get carried away. My point is this. My point is I sat down, waited in my room, and you know how much I disliked my parents when I found out that Christmas was a lie? I ain't even rock with them like that no more. I knew that they could look me straight in my eye and tell me a lie. They told me, go ahead, go to sleep, baby. Santa Claus gonna be here tonight to give you them presents. Now, let me tell you something. My stupid ass waited all night. You understand? I waited all night. I'm waiting. And then listen, they show you on TV. On TV, guess what? all you hear, you sleep, and then you hear chinky, 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 chinky. I ain't making this. Go ahead.
Anybody got a silver card? Yeah, right. Didn't get a go and stop and go.
It's probably in your pocket. You probably hidden it in your pocket. But yeah, so basically, I'm waiting all night in the head, chinky, 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 chinky. I'm waiting to hear Donna and Blitzer and Rudolph touch the roof of the apartment building. Now, mind you, I live in an apartment. We ain't got no chimney. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell Santa Claus coming down the chimney in my apartment. I don't even, you understand? You got to come from the front door or the back door, somebody's window. Now, I know how crazy my pops is. Anything comes to that window, window. That's it. Whatever comes through the window, live with us. That's it. Yeah, so I knew they were lying, but something in me as a kid wanted to hold on to that. You understand? And then I knew when Santa Claus did not come. You understand? Santa Claus didn't come at all. Never did. Each year he never came. The Tooth Fairy never came. Yet my parents looked me square in my damn eyes and told me, son, go to sleep, be good. Make sure you be good. Because he making the list and he checking it twice. He going to find out if you're naughty or nice. And when I found out that was a lie, I was the worst in the hood. I was the worst kid you could find. Because we got wise to the crap that my parents taught us. But they taught me how to lie really good. And that's what the Christian church does. Christian church teach you how to lie. You go in there, what they doing? It's a concert. Every goddamn week is a concert. Why in the hell they got a concert? Let me tell you what Christian church and the Michael Jackson concert got in common. Here's what they got in common. Good music, good theatrics, and people foaming at the mouth, insane, going crazy. That's the same thing they got in common. And that sells. That's what the music industry is built up of. Live music, bands, concert. There's just a certain thing that happens because I'm a studious person. I always got to research something. When loud music is hitting you like this, and y'all ever been to the club? You ever had the speakers hit you like this? And then plus the alcohol? What that make you feel like? Who knows? Raise your hand. Y'all act like y'all ain't been going to the club. Go ahead. I go to the club all the damn time. Yeah, man. Alcohol with the music, the vibe, right? Women walking around. You understand? You feel it. It makes you feel great. Gives you a sense of euphoria. And that's exactly what they do with these concerts. You ever been to Lollapalooza or Coachella or any type of concert that you can find? That's what you get. And that's the Christian church. And they know that it's worth something. So you know what they do? They ask you for your bread. When they get your money, it ain't enough. It's always building fund. Hey, we got to have the building fund. We need the money. We got the light fund. We got the ceiling fund, the building fund. Everybody got a fund. Yet the pastor always fly. And your mama, when she need light bill paid, he always tell them, let's have I'm going to call my prayer warrior. You ever heard of fucking prayer warrior? Where you get a prayer warrior from? Like you finna pray yourself out of a situation. That's how stupid Christianity got us, man. As if we supposed to be, listen, in a time where you supposed to be saving your life, I done seen this happen before. Because I probably was the one behind the gun. I ain't gonna incriminate myself too much, but I probably was the one behind the gun. You understand? Somebody tell something, hey, wait, in the name of Jesus, God, help him, Lord. Can't even put a blessing on him. Please, Lord. Tell him that, man, I didn't give a damn about none of that. Listen, man, tell me what you got. I mean, let's see if God hears you for real. And then, listen, that's not true. In a time of fighting, do not pray. You pray before the fight. When the fight is on, you an idiot if you get praying. You just want to die. Go ahead.
If I could say what you're saying is so heavy. When I was down in Florida with the last hurricane, when it went through, they told I was down in Tampa, the area. Mm-hmm. The mayor told us, they said, everybody evacuate if you don't, you're gonna die. My father looked at me and he was like, I'm just sitting here, I'm afraid of God, and he turned a hurricane.
Yep. So there.
Christianity, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? All they think their prayers, even though they got keeping the whole set of commandments, they think their prayers that heard by the Lord that He moved.
There's a criteria for the Lord to hear your prayers, and it's as simple as this: if you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, He's not hearing your prayers. As a matter of fact, you hate them. Why would I say that? That's cold. Why would I even say that? God, you didn't tell me God don't hear my prayers? Hell no, He don't hear. Why would you say that? It's in the Bible. Can somebody get the scripture while we about to get this one? Listen, white people are your natural born enemy. They've been putting the wool over your head for so long that you think up is down and down is up. Give me Genesis 25:25 while they looking for that. Let me show you how white people are your natural born enemy.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said to her, two nations.
How many?
Two nations.
Now this is the birth of white people and the birth of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Us. You know what I'm saying? Latinos, Hispanics. This woman is carrying these two nations in her womb. Read.
Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy God.
So you got two different type of people in one womb, and when they born, they're gonna be separated to get them out of that. When out of her bowels is out of her womb. Excuse me. When they come out of her womb, they're gonna be two separate type of people. One gonna move like this, the other gonna move like that. We don't.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Oh yeah. Who? Let me ask you a question. White people got America because they stronger than us? Hell no. Listen, I'll take on 4 white men right now, me alone, by myself, handling them real well. They don't have this because they stronger than us. They don't. They just stronger than us in wickedness. See, we think we gangster for real. Ain't no killer like the white man. You might think you really a killer, but the white man, remember, we in the city of Jeffrey Dahmer, have we not? Jeffrey Dahmer was around here. I'm talking about not only was he abducting black men, he was having sex with them, and then he was killing them, drilling holes in their head. This is crazy. Who even think about doing this shit? That's just because the white man that's just his natural, that's just how he is. Then he was trying to keep them alive so that they wouldn't go nowhere, so they could just stay with him forever. Then after he realized they weren't gonna stay with him forever, he thought, well, since I'm an animal, I might as well eat them. He thinking, man, if I eat them, then they'll always be a part of me. Who thinks like this? You think like this? You think like this? How about you? That wouldn't even cross my mind. If I gotta kill somebody, brother, the first thing I'm trying to do is get away. You understand? First, I'm trying to make sure you're dead. Second of all, I'm trying to get away. Why in the hell would I keep you? I'm already have a hard enough time fighting oppression with my mind. Why in the hell am I going to keep something I'm trying to run away? They're not running away from it. That's like a lion killing its prey and then running away from it. You see the similarities I'm trying to get you to understand? White people are beasts. Animals are beasts. This is your enemy that you're talking about. So one manner of people, go ahead,
shall be stronger than the other people.
Now, stronger where? Stronger where? Here. You see this? This is where we stronger for real. Because what other race could be oppressed for 400 some years and still have the capacity to say we love our enemies? Even though we know the history. We know what that they did to us. They done brought some of us from Europe. When they took over Europe, I hope y'all know we was ruling Europe up until the 19th century. They was taking us from Europe, bringing us down to Africa, taking us from Africa, bringing us to America. At the same time that they was doing that, they was already over here in America colonizing our brothers. You talking about the Hispanics and the Native Indians, they was already colonizing us. Hey, if somebody out there messing with that car, man, okay, yeah, help them out if they are. No, each one. So listen, one thing for sure, two things for certain. Our people, bro, are some of the most peaceable people that you can find on the planet. We still trying to have peace with white people, but they show you in social media every damn day that there will never be peace. There ain't gonna be no peace. We done marched. First of all, before we got to march, they was over here slaughtering and unaliving the Native American Indians who was black and brown. Here's what then they gave you colorism. They told you, oh, them light-skinned Native American Indians, them ain't the real Native Indians. Now they got you hating your own brother, your own kind, over skin color. You understand? It's the same way this Negroid in the back, light-skinned, I'm light-skinned. This the nigga right here. His daddy black, he black. I'm a nigga. I'm black. My daddy black. See, we don't deal with colorism. The problem is this. They get you to hate yourself after they murdered you, and then now they can live a happy-go-lucky life. You see how they walk downtown Milwaukee like they don't have a care. They don't have a hate for nobody. Why? They ain't got to do no more hating. They can systematically do the hating as they write the laws that oppress you, give you a damn ticket every time you park your car in front of your house. Why? It's in front of my house. It's like, you know what I'm saying? This is oppression. They can just walk them down and love each other while we hate each other. We'll do the job for them. They ain't got to kill us no more. They don't need no KKK to do the lynch party. We'll do it for them. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? The problem is we still want to love them. America is not where you love. This is not your rest. That's what the Bible says. This is not your rest. Stop getting comfortable here. Listen, there's so many scriptures that we can get to. Let's get to this one real quick because you got to find out. And the Bible then gave you the whole blueprint on who you dealing with. Because we done dealt with white people in our past. We know who they are. We know what they should be. But in America, as they wiped your identity out of you and told you that you was African, told you that you was anything else except for who you were, now you don't know where your records are. You can't look in your records and find out because you don't have them. And then they took your records and turned it to a religion and then pushed it over all the world and told you Christ loved everybody. Christ died for everybody on it. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's not in the Bible. The Bible says that nigga named Christ, who is our king, he died for one race of people. That's a fact. Nobody can prove me different. That's just how it was written in the Bible. Yeah, you got to contend with God if you want to look at that. Here you are. We don't know which way is up. We have no clue which way to go, except for now. Now we do. But it's so unpopular because what's popular is niggas killing each other, niggas robbing from each other, whooping each other on social media, somebody throwing a football far, or dribbling the basketball, shooting it in the hole. That's what's popular. You see what I'm saying? Us making white people rich and happy is what's popular. This class right here, this is the most unpopular thing in Milwaukee for now, until we take all our brothers and teach them what we know. Now, if we arm the brothers with what we know, because this isn't a religion. This ain't like Islam. This ain't like being a Moor. This ain't like 5%er. This ain't like Christianity. This ain't like Hinduism or Buddhism. All of that is what all of that got in common is this. They all will accept everybody. That's right. But you cannot, as a black man, I can't just say, oh, I like Japanese women and I love to watch anime, so I'm going to convert to a Japanese man. It don't happen like that. You understand? I can put on a robe. I can put on a samurai gear. I can take the sword, the Honey Hanzo sword. You understand? The katana. I can even start learning how to speak Japanese. But I'm never going to be a Japanese man. Why? Because my father was a nigga. That's the point. Like, be who you are. Black people always say we like to get back to our roots. I want to get back to my roots. Who you are is an Israelite. Being an Israelite is not a religion. Being an Israelite is your blood ethnicity. You descend from a man named Israel. We're about to read about him right now. His name was Jacob. It was changed to Israel. Keep reading.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
Now, one of them was going to be stronger than the other, and the elder will serve the younger. So we talk about twins. Read.
Come. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Because back in the days, it's like they didn't have sonar. They didn't have what's that that you go and get your ultrasound. They didn't have an ultrasound back then. Usually it had to be a person to just tell you, yeah, you got 2 babies, and you didn't believe it until the babies came out. Well, when the time for her to be delivered was fulfilled, that's when she found out she had twins, and she believed it. Before that, the priest of the Lord told her, you got 2 babies in you. They 2 different type of people. That's why they fighting in you. You know what I'm saying? One going to come out different than the other. One going to be stronger than the other. The other one is going to serve the other one. Now she having a baby. She find out they twins. Read on.
Come. Verse 25. And the first came out red.
One of them came out red. Now, this is an identifying marker, right? Because being red is one of them, but the other one is different. Read.
Come. All over like an hairy garment.
So here's the identifying markers. One of them came out red, and he had hair all over like it was his garment. You understand? Last week, we was bringing up pictures where it showed what we depicted white people to look like back in the 1900s, back in the 900s, the 800s, the thousands, 1100s, the 1200s. I don't know if you can find that among a bar, but if you can find it, you can put that up. Go ahead.
So like it's in the display. Where it have to go to where you see the fire coming up nonstop. You have to take that off, remove that, and then remove you from the screen.
All right, let's give them a second. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, hold on. I see something, but you got to remove me from. That's what they was doing. That's what that was. You understand? This is how we depicted white people back in the French. That was you. And then somebody came and rounded you up. When they started winning them wars, they came and rounded us up. They used wickedness to get to us. They started rounding us up and bringing us in the transatlantic slave trade. That's your history. You didn't even know that white people was your natural born enemy. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 28:68. Because like the Bible will tell you who your enemy is if it's broken down right. See, we've been had the Bible in the Christian church for so long, nobody really opened it up and showed you what was in there. I'm gonna show you color in the Bible, all that. While he getting that, is there any questions online? Any questions in the room? Nobody got questions. I'm gonna test y'all in a minute. I'm gonna see if you know the Bible or not. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Mind you, this is right after we got out of Egypt. So we done already crossed the Red Sea. I mean, we done all the 10 plagues done already happened already, brother. We done already made it through Egypt. We made it to the other side, which is Saudi Arabia, if you didn't know. We went into Saudi Arabia. The Mount Sinai is in Saudi Arabia. It's not in the land of Israel where you know today. Mount Sinai is in Saudi Arabia. All you gotta do is read the Bible and follow the map. It'll show you where it's at. And now we went there, we out of there. Now we establishing our nation again. This is in Deuteronomy when we was in the wilderness coming from there. What the Lord said, if you don't keep the laws, statutes, first of all, read verse 1 first. Read verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
This is, okay, so if you want to find all the curses that black people have on them, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Now, it's a whole list of them. It goes all the way down to like 68, even further, right? All of those curses only fit one demographic of people. That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now, all of the races that's on the planet, you would think that they would fit every race, but they don't, which is how you know that every race ain't God's chosen people.
Right.
This only fits blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And it happened because the Lord said in the beginning, he gonna read it. The curses come when we don't keep the law. Read.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I speak which I command thee this day.
Now listen, this is right here. This is one of the bedrock things that have changed the black community overnight. If we knew who we was as a people, and we came back to our culture, because every culture got their own set of laws, their own system of justice. They got their own economy. They got their own government. They got their own army. We the only ones that don't. Yet we come from the people that everybody stole culture from to formulate the foundation of what they call law. Go ahead.
I agree. They said we was everywhere. So we was everywhere. We was so strong, so wise, and so powerful. How we end up here? Like I understand. Okay, they might conquer some people over here, how we everywhere like we?
That's an excellent question.
How do we? That's the part of church, man. Everybody like. They kept the way you put some secrets away. That's cool. You put some stuff away, but they do it all at once. So even if you get it, a couple of us slide after the toes, this and told that right there. How will we end up here?
That's a great question.
How do we end up here? Like we so far with every so high. We just got to go everywhere at the same time. Like they can't move like the same. They got no text or email. Like
that's a great question. I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead. Hold on. Look, y'all had his hand up first. What?
The book of Deuteronomy 28:15.
All right, go ahead. Well, first keep reading that, because what we reading right now is gonna show you how we got. So first of all, we was a people at one time, we ran the world. During King Solomon's time, we ran the earth. Meaning he had, you know how America got an embassy everywhere, in every single country? That's how we were. We ran the world. We had an embassy in every single country. Every country was giving us tribute, meaning they was paying taxes to us. Every single year. I'm going to tell you. Because what he about to read first, listen to what he read. Go ahead. Keep reading Deuteronomy 28:1.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do.
To do what?
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God shall set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Equal to all nations.
Above all nations of the earth.
See, here's what we don't understand. We don't know what the laws are. The church is telling us that the laws is done away with. God said that we supposed to keep the law. If we keep the law, then we'll rule every nation on the planet of the earth. You want to know how we got there? Read 15. Drop down to 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But
it's just this simple. This is the answer right here. Go ahead.
It shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
If you will what?
If thou wilt not hearken.
Go ahead.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses. Shall come upon thee.
Listen, it's a curse that we in America today don't know who the hell we are. If I was to read this entire book and break it down bit by bit by bit for you, each verse, and break it up, you'd be like, damn, that's us. Well, shit, damn, that's us. Well, damn, that's us. We'll be saying that all the way till we get to 68. Matter of fact, let's do it. Because this answers his question. You see what I'm saying? This is the answer to why we on the bottom. If we was to learn the law, yeah, everywhere. It don't matter. It don't matter where you at. Nah, listen. It don't matter where you at. It don't matter where you at. I understand. If you an Israelite and you share the blood that me and you share, it don't matter where you at. Ain't no running from this. You can go here. Maybe we can have a good life on the moon. Fuck no, it's not happening. If we don't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us, no matter where we at, bro, we're done. And we need to do that as a people. The same way he gave us the law as a people, we need to come together as a people. You want to know the only thing that's going to make niggas listen? More pain, more death, more babies dying, more abortions. You understand? That's more cops unaliving black men and black women, like more riots in the street, more burning down everything, more poverty. When you ain't got no tissue to wipe your butt, that's a crazy situation, ain't it? Remember during the COVID, tissue went out of style in the markets. You couldn't get none. People fighting in the market over damn tissue. Problem is, we're in need and want for everything. And if they just to cut us off, we fucked. We're done. We don't even know which way to go. The problem is because we don't know who we are. Secondly, because we don't stick together. Thirdly, because we don't have a law. We all evil. Listen, let's say we all kept the law. All it takes is one bastard to backstab the whole nation. That's all it takes. One bastard, which is why the law is so important, because if we catch a nigga breaking the law, you either going to be up, exiled, or you're going to be put to death. Why? Because that's what the Lord requires. Why? So that we can stay on top. Read the next one. Hold on, one second. That still don't answer the question?
No, but I'm talking about where we is here. We know, like you said, it's so much so they got here. That's about how we end up. What was the thing that turned us around? How we ended up going this back? My question.
Maybe, okay.
Like you said, they were doing fast. Some of us over in Spain, some of us, and ain't no time we could touch that wasn't something that looked like that.
Mm-hmm.
How everywhere we all ended up at anything that looked like this. Did it over.
Well, everything
it didn't happen over once. It didn't happen in once. We know that.
Everything that's dark skinned. Listen, every race that's dark skinned. Right. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna get that in Revelations too. But listen. Everybody that's scared that share their skin tone and hair color with us ain't our people. So forget the Africans. Erase them out your mind. Forget the East Indians. They not our people. Forget the Aborigines of Australia. Them not our people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's who our people is, right? The way we was able to be conquered like that is because it was prophesied that if we do not keep all the laws of the Lord, no matter where we are, that I just told you, all it takes is imagine you got 100% of Israelites keeping the law. If 25% of us don't keep the law, that's a problem. You endanger the whole goddamn house. The scripture say if the head is sick, the whole body's sick. You see what I'm saying? Our leaders sold us out, my nigga. Our leaders sold us out. The Christian church is the reason why we still in a situation when we fucked up today. But yet we still allow them to breathe. Why is it that black men who think like me and you think and all of us think, why we don't get together and go shut these damn churches down? How do you shut them down? I know you think you go into church and you be like, everybody get up out of here. You ain't going. No. Here's how you shut them down. Stop giving them money. Stop going to them. You understand? Come in here. Let's build up a school on every side of Milwaukee at Isupk. Let me teach you what I know, and then you sit down and teach all the youth. The problem is we don't have no law. We don't have no order. We don't have none of that. And the nations know our history, bro. They know our history. We just the ones that don't know. It's like we woke up from amnesia. Everybody, all our enemies around our bed. Imagine you wake up from a coma. You don't know nothing. All your enemies is around your bed, telling you that they're your friends and that they love you. How would you know for real? You would need something to read or see or watch, somebody on your side, but nobody on your side. And then you mess around and you find a book or a video that show you everybody that you started to love that was around your bed that acted like they was your friends was really the ones that put you in that goddamn bed. Why? Because we wanted to be like them. The scriptures say the Lord put them other nations around us to try us, man, to test us, to see if we would keep what he told us to do or we would try to follow them. And that's why we lost it, because we looked at this nation and saw, oh, they look at the stars, they worship the stars. I want to worship the stars too. Oh, they have sex with everybody. I want to have sex with everybody too. Oh, what they smoking over there? God said we can't smoke. Well, let's go see. Let's just go see. Curiosity killed the cat. And that's why we in the situation we in today. You see what I'm saying? That's why. Go ahead.
It's like the analogy that man was talking about before about the movie Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Christianity is the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be unplugged from the Matrix because growing up in a Christian church, I saw firsthand. They show you how to be a lawless people.
Oh yeah.
They don't give. I watched pastors take one wife and give her to somebody else's husband,
Mm-hmm.
and then take that man's wife and switch and give. They don't care. Yeah. They're lawless in it.
And you know what that's called? Making the whore out of your sister, making the man commit adultery. Here you go. You walk in the Christian church, they tell you the law is done away with. So if the laws is done away with, is it okay to rape? If God said you don't have to keep the law, can you kill somebody? Why is it that murderers have to pay the price? Why is it that people who sexually assault children have to work? Now, ask yourself another question. Why is the black woman allowed to unalive our children at the tune of $300,000 a year and nothing happened to them? Here we are talking about King Von is a demon. No, nigga. Lakeisha's a demon. Lakeisha got 12 bodies she done had. Come on, Aki. Come on, what are we talking about? See, we don't hold the standard that the Lord say we need to hold. A person that murders should be killed and put to death so that other people don't follow the path of wanting to be a murderer. But again, white people made our women think that success was not having kids, when really having children is a success. Look at white people. White people don't chase money first. Why? Because they got the money. They got all the wealth. They stole it from you. Now they focusing on fertility. Here we are, the most beat down people in America. We go to the club, meet a bad bitch, come home, have sex with her, and now she pregnant with 6 babies. They trying to figure out, after they done poisoned you, the Tuskegee experiments, they done poisoned your water in Flint, Michigan. They hunt you down, killing you like Trayvon Martin. They done put all the laws against you. You have no money. They making black men damn near go extinct. You can't get a job. You last fired the first hire. First fired, last hire. You in the prison system. We got all these sexually transmitted diseases. You beat down. You on drugs. You on crack, heroin, fentanyl, and then all you got to do is have sex with one person. You live an unhealthy life. You have sex with one woman, and now she knocked up. White people are jealous of you, my man, because they eat good. They work out. You see them jogging, right? They jogging. They can't have no babies, brother. They trying to figure out how the hell they gonna have babies. And here you are in poverty, and you pushing out hundreds of thousands of babies in 1 month as a people. How can they get you to? How can they keep your numbers down? Teach your woman to be the devil's lieutenant. Our women are the white man's lieutenant, whether you like it or not. You understand? How did they do that? They gave them all the good jobs. They give them all of the programs. They give them all of the kids, and they give you nothing. They kick you out of the house and tell you you need to be a man. But every time you go out here try to be a man, you can't get a job. You can't get nothing. The police stopping you. You got tickets out the ass. You oppressed. Then your partners, they're trying to kill you because you got better clothes than them. I mean, God damn, you can't, wherever you turn, you can't get a break. The answer to all of that is the Isupk. This is where brotherhood happens. You understand? Here's how I know this is where brotherhood happens. Here you are in the UPK. Here you are, then carved out a society in America that works, and then now we international. We got schools everywhere. And let me tell you something, bro. We don't get funded by nobody but ourselves. We the only ones that fund ourselves. The government don't send us no money. We don't got no grants. You understand? Nobody's donating to us because we gonna say the white man is the devil. We're gonna stand on the corner and say, the white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Jesus Christ is a nigga. God is a nigga. The Jewish white man is an imposter. I mean, bro, we going to war with everybody. Then as soon as we say, hey, let us get some of them pallets from over on Walmart, they like, hell no. Because you ain't gonna do nothing but give them to black people. Ain't that what we supposed to do? But they don't want to see you do nothing. That's why they give all your sellout ball players the money. Because the ball players ain't gonna come back to your hood. Now, how do I know? Oh, ask Cap how he knows. Well, Captain DeBar knows this because I got a little cousin that was in the NBA. His name Eric Bledsoe. He used to play for the Bucks. I know him personally, been knowing him since he was a kid. Taught him how to play basketball, all this. I know that kid. I know his mind. I know his abilities. I watched him hit every single shot he want to hit. With you in his face, you in his face, you in his face, you all of y'all in his face. Then he get in the NBA and he shoot a shot and it bounce off. What? No. Somebody told him to miss that on purpose. He ended up telling me. Yeah, he ended up letting it out the bag. They have a script everywhere, bro. If you don't follow their rules, you can't be successful. They're going to blackball you and everything. Why? Because we don't control nothing. Now, how can we control something, bro? Let me ask you a question. How can we control the NFL or the NBA? How can we control that?
By leaving it, leaving. People that they look like us leaving and gonna do our own.
Give them a hand. Give them a hand.
We leave it on got no value no more. Everything, whether it's the clothing line, the television, anything we detach ourselves, anything's gonna die.
That's a fact.
And that's why people come like our women want people, our women coming for more, and we made room to be connected with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't keep stuck in this out because it's gonna be that woman that like that we get into us.
That's a
and
fact.
then we share knowledge, our spirit, just who we are with her.
Fact.
And she got no kids his but even gets some more.
Mm-hmm.
So and then our children like we got to send our babies up in here with these people. And while let's go teach our babies, learn to watch our babies, and trying to look at the same time.
So basically, what you're telling me is the answer is if we had togetherness, we'd be all right.
Yeah.
If we had the right leader and we had togetherness, we'll run the earth. That's what you're telling me? That's a fact. That's a fact. Give him a hand. The only reason why we got to even send our kids to these schools, no. First of all, bro, I'm not an idiot. I know they ain't teaching my kids nothing at school but how to be vain and hate each other. That's about it. Teaching them birthdays, American holidays, all the stuff that make us a bad people, they teaching them that. They don't even care about their career, they upbringing, their education. Then you go to a white school, they teaching them about credit. You understand? They teaching them about how to bank, how to start businesses. Man, listen, there's an article. I'm gonna see if he can pull it up. There's an article where this white school, they invested, so their parents let them go out and like sell candy bars, do a lemonade stand, do whatever they could do as a class collectively to earn money. Then they also had a GoFundMe so that whoever wanted to support them could support them in their business venture. This classroom was able to accrue enough money to start their own Airbnb service. Do you understand what that means? They have their own Airbnb service with multiple properties. And they taught them how to manage the properties. They taught them the business aspect, how to get loans and grants and business credit. I'm talking about middle school kids. I ain't talking about high school. I'm talking about 6th grade, 7th grade. All these kids is making money. Go ahead, Priest. No, this real life properties. Go ahead, Roger. So I'm gonna come to you next.
Just like in school, today they was teaching us about how Abraham Lincoln was one of the best leaders in the whole world. We hear so much about black people. They want us to study about him, and so that we can be like him.
Well, here's the good thing about you. You in the truth. You understand? So now when you write a paper, you can give the actual history about Abraham Lincoln. How Abraham Lincoln said out his own mouth, he never meant to free the slaves. All he wanted to do was make it to where white people can come together under something. That's why they fought that whole war. That's why he emancipated the slaves. And then when he did it, he didn't make you free. He actually devalued you. He took the chains off of you and then said, you 3/5 a man. So you can never vote, no matter how hard you fight in America. Your vote really don't even really count. So black people even voting. First of all, voting is a sin according to the Bible. But, and then, you know, Jesus Christ died from a vote. So I'm good on the voting. Now, here's another thing. Now, they don't teach you the true history about Abraham Lincoln and how Abraham Lincoln, I think his wife had slaves, right? Yeah, he was a slave master too. You understand? Mary Todd Lincoln, that bitch, that white, I'm talking about, nigga, come on. Now, here we go. Now, you, because you got me, you got your father, you got your uncles, we got the actual history. So when it comes to actually writing a paper on him, it's easy. I'll give you the best dissertation you can bring it. And I'm telling you, go to school. They're going to be like, yeah, this is insane. It's insane what this man just wrote down. And they ain't going to give you no messed up grade because it's going to be facts. And if they do, we'll be up there to talk to them. You understand? See, that's what we need in the community. We need men like that who really ready to go up there and handle business about our kids, man. Whoever said that black men were deadbeat dads? Who said that? Who said that? Yeah, I'm in a room full of nothing but fathers in here, man, that love their kids, man. I'm talking about, and that's propaganda. Again, the media wants to shift us into this. I'm talking about decrepit bastard who drunk on. That's how they show you on the TV. They show you your hair messed up, you're drunk out your ass hanging out your butt, your pants. You understand? They're showing you just hating each other, having sex with women, throwing them away, don't care about your kid. That's a misrepresentation of black men. Let me tell you something. Them Asians don't play that. When white people make movies about Asians and they get it wrong, Asians boycott because the image of who you are means something, my nigga. It means something. Go ahead. You want to say something? If it come back to you, shoot, just, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. So, go ahead.
When you talk about the kids in school, I was talking to them about it earlier because I was talking to people like, and shit on our business and bitches. So it's crazy, like I said, you got all the research given and perfect proposal. But you like you said, you didn't get an opportunity to come out around it. You got off credit, said somebody who would propose all jacked up, long you got blue eyes, white and all that.
You have it.
They're gonna push you right through. So
it's their system.
Yeah.
It's their system. Here you are, you could be you ever been to a job interview?
So I say
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
With the school, like you said, they may be going
yeah, that's because they teach that to them.
Yeah.
They teach that to them at a young age, man. They teach them business and credit and all of that at a young age.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's their system. Yeah. So really all they doing is making up the businesses and they want you to be the robber. Because guess what? Private prisons, that's a business too. You understand? That's a whole pipeline. That's why all the police is white. All the ambulance is white. The majority of the damn firefighters, they all white because they want to be known as when you kill yourself and you on the ground and you bleeding out, you know what saves you? A white man. They want you to look at them as God in every figure of life that they can. 1 second, Roger, go ahead.
So what you're saying is so heavy. While they teaching their children how to be great in this land, they teach us in middle school and high school that 1 out of 3 is gonna make it out the hood.
Come on, man.
The second one is gonna die.
Come on.
The third one is gonna be locked up.
And that you're gonna die before you're 25. We say that if you make it past 25, you an OG. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Like, how the hell I got to live to have some? Like, that's crazy. Understand this. That's a statistic that said black men don't make it past 25. That's a statistic. Look at that. 300,000 of us ain't making it at all in a year because somebody aborting you. You understand? For what? A college education? Where they got to pay back a damn loan anyway? Come on, man. This is crazy. Go ahead, Roger.
At my whole school, they was teaching us that in slavery, that it was the black people that was doing bad, and that's why that the white people they was teaching us to be better people.
Listen, man, I got 1,000 books over there that say different. I got a book called The Black Image and the White Mind. Brother, you read that book, you'll find out. This is how they was thinking in the 1800s. Matter of fact, find that book, Rogers. It's right there. You see The Black Image and the White Mind. Grab that. I'm going to read something out of that. At the top shelf in the middle, it's a black book with white words on it. You see it? Yeah, grab that. Hand that to me. Let me read one of these. Now, this is The Black Image and the White Mind, right? It's a debate on Afro-American character and destiny from 1817 to 1914. They're showing you centuries of what they think about you from when they got you and where they could have you go in the future. See what I'm saying? How they want you to think. What I said. Let me show you something. This book different right here, boy. All right. This is 114. This page 114. It says there was, in fact, a general acknowledgement among romantic racialists that women and Negroes were alike in the gifts they brought to the world. This is what they thought about men, black men, that women and black men are alike. What do they even mean? Listen, and then they said in the gifts that they bring to the world. It says Kimnot himself had maintained that the black race was more feminine and tender-minded than the white. Women and Negroes were also linked in the minds of many because they allegedly suffered similar repressions. It is not surprising, therefore, that there was a close relationship between feminism and abolitionism. Now, watch this. In all the intellectual activities which take their strange quickening from the moral faculties, which we call instincts, intuitions, the Negro is superior to the white man, equal to the white woman. It is sometimes said that the Negro race is the feminine race of the world. That is not only because of the social and affectionate nature, but because he possesses the strange moral, instinctive insight that belongs more to women than to men. Now, white people are telling you off the rip that you are the people who God made to have compassion and to be a better person than them. But really, they are not like that. They're cunning, they're killers, they're murderers. Remember what we read in the Bible? 2 different men of people shall be in thy womb. White people writing this shit down in the book that you're better than them, but you care too much. You care too much. Meaning, what do you have to do to make the woolly mammoth go extinct? You have to not care about the woolly mammoth. You understand? What do you got to do to make the ozone layer polluted? You have to not care about the ozone layer. What you got to do to push abortions in black neighborhoods? You have to, read my mind, you got to not care about blacks, period. Well, black people care about the ozone. We care about the whales. We care about the plants. We care about the fish in the sea. We care about the damn woolly mammoth. We just care. Why? Because every life should be able to be lived. But the white man is such a beast that he thinks that we should allow him to just make everything extinct on this earth. If we don't stand up to white people, no other race will. You understand? We don't have a choice, or else the earth is going to go extinct with this motherfucker, man. The earth is going to go, listen, your ozone layer, what's protecting us from the sun? Anybody ever thought of that? The ozone layer, my nigga. You want this earth to feel like Mars? We get rid of the ozone layer. If one crack, like if you have 20% of the ozone layer depleted, The rest can be gone. White people is trying to punch holes through the ozone layer. That's all they trying. The pollution is messing up the ozone layer. Like, bro, fish are beaching themselves because white people just got to eat shrimp. Why you got to eat shrimp? They just got. Do you know how much shrimp that they even took out the ocean? How much shellfish, oysters, all that? Don't you know? They're not here. White people do know. They know that that's what cleans the ocean. When a whale dies and it hits the bed of the ocean, the crabs, the lobsters, the shellfish, the shrimp, that's what eat the carcass that keeps the damn ocean clean. If you had a fish tank, a 20-gallon fish tank, and you put nothing but dirt in there, and you drop one oyster in there, you come back in a week, that tank gonna be white. It's gonna be clear, crystal clear water. That's what they do. They filtrate the damn water. Why is you taking all of the things that make the ocean function? You taking it out because you deemed it a delicacy. Because the white man doesn't care. He just don't care. He's not qualified to run the planet. You understand? He's not. He's only qualified to murder. That's what they about. Now watch this. Read something else to y'all. It's a heavy book. I pray everybody get it. You better get these type of books too before this book cost $7,000. Remember how, I'm gonna give you a little history fact, right? 13 years ago, when we started first buying this book called The Russian Icons, right? The Russian Icons, you could get the Russian Icons for like $60 off of Amazon. Then we started using the book and reading it and showing. In this book, it'll show you all the nobility that was in Europe. It shows all of that on how they was all black people. But then during the Renaissance age, or the period where the Renaissance came, they whitewashed Shakespeare, Mozart, Beethoven, Jesus Christ, the Israelites, all of the Russian icons. Saint Nicholas, who you get Santa Claus from, they took all of that. Robin Hood, give me some more. Robert the Bruce, King James was a nigga. You understand what I'm telling you? Like, that's crazy. Isn't that great? Who is somebody who don't care? Somebody who just wants everything. That's the character of the white man. The white man sold his birthright just so he could eat, my nigga. It's in the Bible. Felt like he was about to die, so he sold his birthright to our forefather. That ain't our fault. Should never sold it. Now we got it. And the birthright is who gonna run this earth? They just not qualified. What did Martin Luther King say? You judge a man not by his skin color, but by the contents of his characters. Well, shit, if we look at the white man for the contents of his character, then he got to go. He need to be in chains then. Who gonna put him in chains? Not us. Not as long as we getting high and selling drugs and making out, having sex with every woman, throwing her away, hating each other, killing each other. It just don't work like that. We need identity first, and then second, we need a culture, and then third, we need togetherness. Because if we were to walk off all these jobs right now for 6 months, it's going to cripple the economy of America. But then there's going to be a reaction, because to every action, there's a reaction. You know what's going to happen? And white folks that's in the mountains that's been training to come down and kill niggas, they coming. They coming because they don't want to be the one to mop up McDonald's. You understand that? And man, didn't you see it in the Civil War? Didn't you see it in the Revolutionary War? White people do not want to do your job, nigga. They ain't want to pick the cotton, so they fought to keep you picking the cotton. Well, guess what? White folks coming up out the mountains, and they won't kill you, nigga, if you don't do what they said do. Are we ready for that? We ain't ready for that, not as a people. Go ahead. Well, you are an individual. You being ready for it don't mean a damn thing, huh? We have to be ready for it as a collective. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to have to learn something. We got to be educated. We got to be sober-minded. We got to love our brothers like we love ourselves, which means I'm not going to have sex with your woman because I wouldn't want you to have sex with my woman. I'm not going to sell your mama drugs because I don't want you to sell my mama drugs. I'm not going to give you pork because I don't want to eat pork. Like, we gotta have standards, my nigga. And we gotta just love each other over everybody. We've been giving our love to I don't know who. How long we been giving our love to everybody else? We've been trying to shove love down everybody's goddamn throats. And they just been throwing up on us, man. They don't want that. Keep it. Instead, the East Indians, they'll get the Dunkin' Donuts. We go to Dunkin' Donuts all the time. There used to be a time where Dunkin' Donuts was lily white. You go to Dunkin' Donuts, you say, I want an all-black coffee, and it was a white man giving you that. Now you go to Dunkin' Donuts, it's an East Indian with a dot on his head, red. He could barely speak English. What do you want the donut? You want the donuts, the munchkins? Man, if you call for customer service, when they answer the phone, what they sound like? Among about what they sound like, priest? You from East India with a name Michael. Y'all don't name yourself that. You got a name called Iglit or something like that. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? They done took over the telemarketing industry. They making billions off of the telemarketing industry. You understand? Guess what else they running? The chicken industry. Yeah. Guess what else they running? Go ahead, priest. Oh, they definitely scamming. They'll catch you both ways. They got you. Go ahead. I want y'all to name number one. Go ahead.
The African people run the standard.
They don't run it. They in it though. They don't run it. Let me tell you something them East Indians got. The hair weave industry. Don't you know that should belong to black women, and the black women belong to black men. That's how it should be. But black women, the ones buying all these wigs, all this fake hair. Why? Why they buying all the fake hair? Because America then taught them that their natural woolly hair is ugly. You ever seen the doll test where they had the little kids and they said they had a white doll and a black doll and they said, which one of these are beautiful? Every kid chose the white doll. The white doll is so beautiful. Why? Because his skin and his hair and look at his eyes are beautiful. And they hate themselves, man. You can thank the white man for that. Go ahead. Thank Martin Luther King for that. Go ahead.
This little black. Which one was the good guy?
Yeah, which one is good? When you look at these dolls, which is the good doll? Go ahead.
She said the white doll.
Yeah, she said the white doll for sure. The white doll to her is good, even though white people have done nothing but bad to us. Why in the hell are we looking at white people like they're good? You need a class to teach you that the white man is everything bad. Don't let them intimidate you. Nigga, you know you need to prejudge white people when you see them. A real nigga know that. When you see a white man walking down the street with a fucking book bag on, you better believe he blowing something up. That's what I believe. It ain't a white man that I see on the streets and I'll be like, oh, what he got in that bag? Check his waistband. Check that waist. Because if he come off that hip, I'm coming off the hip. Straight up like that. Where are the soldiers at? That's what I want. Somebody tell Milwaukee, if you really a soldier, come in here. I want to see. Because that's what we need. We need a nigga who can't be bribed off of some weed. You know what I'm saying? Off a little bit of money for the greater cause of the community. What you say all the time? You got to make sacrifices for the good of the colony. My nigga. Yeah. That means some people just going to have to go without. You see what I'm saying? Some people got to go without so we can all have. Here's what I mean. One second, I'm coming to you. I'm a captain over all you brothers, right? If you call me and say, hey, Cap, I'm hungry, my nigga. I ain't ate in 3 days. You what? First of all, I got a problem that you ain't ate in 3 days and ain't called me on the first day before it didn't happen. Now I got a beef with you because why you ain't call me, bro? What's in your mind that keep you from calling me when you need help with your brothers? That's another thing. Niggas got to get off that pride. If you need your brother, you should be able to, hey, I need you, bro. And that shouldn't be no, oh, bitch ass nigga. You need a nigga, bitch ass. That's how we look at each other like, man, you need a nigga? Like, yeah, I need my brothers. Because shit, if we ain't got each other, then what do we have? Now, if you ain't ate, no sweat. You know what I'm gonna tell my wife? I'm gonna pull her to the side. I'm gonna say, hey, we gotta scale back on our food for next week until next week because shoot, Rapayala ain't got no food at his crib. So you might as well go ahead and break the news to the kids They getting portions. You understand? Portions. And I'm gonna take out of my kid's mouth to give to my brother. Why? Because when I'm out there on the battlefield, who's standing next to me? My motherfucking brother. That's the point. You understand? That's the whole point. And that's what's gonna make black men love each other again, my man. Other than that, we just look at each other like we selfish. Like we look at each other like, I can't trust that nigga. You should look at white people like that. But you look at white people like, oh, Mr. White, give me a hug. I've been seeing black people do some crazy shit for white people, brother. You understand? The nigga that killed, what was that? Botham Jean. That devil that killed that brother in his own apartment. When she went to trial, the judge got off the bench. Got off the bench and went and brushed his bitch head. As if the white woman didn't need to be brushed. Then gave her a hug. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, it was the bailiff. The bailiff. Go ahead. Come on, man. Now, if a white man killed my child or my brother, we got beef for life. You understand? For life. It ain't I'm sorry. I don't hear none of that. Lord be with you. Big up to that cat that just ran over that goddamn that police officer. Big up to him. He and my nigga walked by all of them and was like, yup, what's up? I'll do it again. That's how niggas need to be. I'm telling you, we getting tired of this shit, man. And they don't, and it's like they don't even understand. It's like, how much more you gonna be able to do? You kick a dog and you put the dog in the corner and you keep hitting him with the broom over and over again, and then you give him a steak and the dog love you. Give the dog a bone, they love you. Oh, thank you. Even though you done abused me, it's called Stockholm syndrome. But after a while, that dog is gonna build up the courage to bite your ass. And then once it bites you once and it's mine, he need to go and keep biting you until you dead. And hell, even when you dead, the dog still biting you, just yanking on it, yanking. I know because I done bred dogs before. I done let him hit too. And once the other dog expired, the dog already still shaking. You gotta get him off of him. Get off of him. Out. You gotta tell him outward. Hell, he still don't get off of him. You just leave him there. He just gnawing on a lifeless dog. That's just how you got to be. You got to be like that with America. We need a military. Black men need to be re-educated. First, we got to stop hating on the Hispanics, my nigga. Like, you got to go to the South Side, show them niggas some love, my nigga. Because I'm going to tell you like this. They hate your brothers by blood, first of all. And they being oppressed the same way. Even worse. There was a time in America where black and Hispanic men and Native Indians came together under one cause. And that was white people trying to take this country from them and putting us in slavery, making us pick cotton. Don't believe me? That's the history. I got books over there. But hold on, before I even do that, listen to this. This is page 74, the black image in the minds in the white mind. Now, in the 1840s, y'all know how long ago that was?
Too long.
That was way too shit. That damn near 300 years ago, ain't it? 300. I'm gonna read it like this. 300 years ago, no fucking shit. In the 1840s, Morton collaborated with George R. Gliddon, an Egyptologist. So who your first Egyptologist? Niggas? No. Devils. Your white folks is the first Egyptologist. When you was in the 1840s, what we was doing in 1840? Go ahead.
Selling drugs?
Nah, wasn't no drugs then. Go ahead. Picking cotton, sharecropping. You ever seen the movie? What's the movie? Just came out, man, with Michael B. Jordan. Sinners. Y'all seen that movie yet? All right. Well, go if you go watch it. They was in a time where sharecropping was still happening, right? Where you still had the sharecropping, pick crops where white people owned. Yeah, but you had to pick cotton, even though you were free. You still picking cotton, getting them blisters on your hand for white people's farms. And then they would give you some shares into the land that they absolutely stole from you in the first place. Like now, ain't nobody got no damn crops because they didn't never have intentions on giving you none of that land. Right? So we were sharecropping in the 1840s when we get out of slavery. No, when did Abraham Lincoln abolish slavery? 17 something. Go ahead. 18 something.
70.
Damn, we was still in shackles.
Yeah, it was 1876.
Damn, we were still in shackles at this point. It was, hey, nigga. Hey, if you could, when you done, send me on that coffee if you could. Hey, look. Huh? No, I want cream. Yeah, never no sugar for me, please. So, so here you are. We was, nigga, put your head down. This is Django time. This is like Big House Master. You serving in the big house, or you a house nigga, field nigga. This is in these times, right? When you was in slavery, they knew who you was. They was already doing studies on you. Right. Listen to this. It's an Egyptologist who provided him with mummy heads. Mummy heads from where? From Egypt. They went to ancient Egypt and dug up the mummy heads. Now, if you know anything about ancient Egypt, again, I got another book over there. It's called The Atlas of the Bible, right? I can show you a picture of what ancient Egypt looked like. On one side, it was all rich. It would have looked like a tropical jungle oasis over that motherfucker. And then on the south side, the water, I appreciate it. On the south side of the pyramids was the projects and the ghettos. This is where the term ghetto come from. You was living in poverty over there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask for that soon. I'm gonna ask for that next. You was living in poverty in ancient Egypt. Ain't nothing different from America and ancient Egypt. Them photocopies of each other, right? Now, it says, who provided him with mummy heads and information about the racial significance, meaning who you are as a race. Who are black people as a race? That's what the racial significance means. Of Egyptian tomb inscriptions, right? So they was reading the tombs inscriptions, trying to find out who you niggas are on them things, right? It says in Crania A Egyptica, which is, excuse me, it was a book about the skulls that they found in Egypt. It's called Crania, which is your cranium, and A Egyptica, which is a Greek word, or excuse me, a Latin word for Egypt. Go ahead.
That's like what you said is kind of crazy, because for them to do that, that means that they believe, even within themselves, that we was the ones that was in Egypt enslaved.
It's about to tell you that right now. This is what white folks is telling you right here in the book that they published before you could ever fucking read. But back in the days, where if you was to read, then guess what? Yeah, you got to go. Oh, you can read? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll let you try it again in your next life. Go ahead. If you can do what? Speak louder. Say it with your chest.
I was just asking if I could finish the thought thing.
Go ahead.
They asked the little girl why was the black one bad. She said because it looks like her.
Damn. She thinks she bad. It's crazy. Then guess what? Everybody want to be a bad bitch now. It's crazy work. All right, it says, in Crania A Egyptica, published in 1844, when you niggas were still picking cotton, Morton pointed out that both cranial and archaeological evidence showed that the Egyptians, listen good, were not Negroes. Ain't that a thing? Here we are thinking that we Egyptians. Right. So whenever you see a black man in America talking about, hey, King, I come from Kemetic. I'm Egyptian. We come from royalty. Just know, them niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about. They have no clue what the hell they saying. They just regurgitating something that Dr. Ben told them to do. Don't you know COINTELPRO back in the 30s hired Dr. Ben to go over to Egypt and then make them travel and back and forth with groups of people like Dr. Umar doing today? You thought that Dr. Umar was something new? Dr. Ben was first. Dr. Ben was a Jew, a dude that knew he was a Jew in America. When he was with COINTELPRO, it's a government subsidy. If you ain't know, it's an agency of government that they use to infiltrate the black community. That's how they toppled the Black Panthers. Go ahead.
So you saying Dr. Umar ain't for black people?
Hell no. Dr. Umar's an agent, man. Dr. Umar, and we know who he is. He know exactly who we are. You understand? If you start getting more and more acquainted with us, and you end up being around us a whole lot and step up and jumping these boots, you're going to find out Dr. Umar is a charlatan. Huh? That nigga been talking about a school for how long? For 15 years, he been talking about a school. Where is that? Meanwhile, Commander General Hunter that's the leader of the Isupk. Commander General Hunter been building schools since 1969. Right. Brother, I got the order to come here from Chicago 3 years ago. We in the school. I ain't asked the community to give me no money to make the school. We just work our ass off, put our money together. Like we be telling you, niggas need to join together and do this. We just put our money together, worked our ass off, and built this school. This our building. We run this shit. So the white man can't just come in here and say what he's gonna do with it. We gonna whoop his ass and Jazzy Jeff his ass right on up out of here, and we don't own nothing. He can't turn back and say, well, we helped y'all build this. They never say that. Right. We built this ourselves. And that's what gives us total accountability and total leniency and total dictatorship in this motherfucker. White folks can't come in and say none of it. Go ahead.
That 78-part sushi part, right?
Yep.
And what problem is actually more people that like that.
He telling people that first of all, Pan-Africanism don't even make sense. Pan-Africanism is the idea that all African countries have one mind and that they all one race. Right. It's 50 plus races of so-called Africans in that continent. And they war against each other. They got all different type of tribal histories and languages, and they beefing with each other. And so the idea of Pan-Africanism is an illusion, first of all. Second of all, he trying to tell niggas that we originated in Africa, and that's not true. We came from Israel. I can show you that in history. Give me Babylon and Timbuktu. Somebody get that. I can show you in real historical book. In this book, I'm going to show you that white people know that we're not the same as Africans. Now, then I'm going to show you another book where, you read it. I'm going to show you where a very, very well-known and prestigious historian and archaeologist who was black wrote down in a book and got all of the sites to source it, that black people, where we actually came from before we went down into Africa. See, this is a history that we just don't have because you got stupid Negroes like, because listen, out of all the countries in Africa, we just had to be from Egypt. We ain't from none of the other ones, not the ones who put they face up the camel's ass. We ain't the one that be blowing in the cow's ass. We ain't the one that let the cow piss on our head though. We ain't the one that be eating dookie. Not the ones that be biting off the monkeys. That's not us, huh? We just have to be Egypt. The best ever. We got to be the best. No. Niggas picked something and said, oh, I'm from Kush. I'm from Egypt. I'm from Sudan. Nigga, you don't know where the hell you from because white people don't teach you where you from for real. You got to get a real education. And we done all of the work in history in the school. So we done already took the burden of trying to find where you come from. Bro, don't you know we've been around since 1969?
One more question.
Please, nope. Go ahead.
You got somebody like me that don't got $10 in books. That's the whole point.
And that's what I'm telling you. Because Dr. Umar banking on you not knowing.
Yeah.
Which is why coming in here is so crucial. Because now you can come and get the knowledge. And Dr. Umar, he know me, he know all of us. I done even went to one of his little in Chicago. Me and brought 15 other brothers. We went in there and he was like, oh, we got the Isupk in here. You know what I'm saying? He highlighted us. We got the Isupk in here. This is Dr. Umar. We got the Isupk in here, man. I know them brothers, man. I'm cool with these brothers. I know Captain Jazariak. As a matter of fact, I was just on the phone with Captain Jazariak before I got on the stage. He was lying. That's a lie. He went on the phone with Captain Jazariak. You want to know how I know? Because right after the joint, I called Captain Jazariak. I said, hey, you was on the phone with Captain Umar. He was like, man, I ain't spoke to that nigga in 3 months. See what I'm saying? Niggas charlatans, bro. They lie. Go ahead.
And get warm up.
Mm-hmm.
What's your outlook on paradigm?
A sucker?
I'm actually like,
I'm gonna tell you what, but let me go ahead and topple this nigga Umar real quick. So Umar, he gives you the idea of Pan-Africanism, then tells you that you are African, call you African. Then he say he a descendant of Frederick Douglass. Don't you know Frederick Douglass is a white man? You didn't know that, did you? Because you are who your father is. First of all, according to the Bible says you are the seed of your father, not your mama. Frederick Douglass's father was a slave owner. He was a white man. So if you descend from Frederick Douglass, you by proxy saying that you're a white man. Louis Farrakhan is a white man. His father's white. You know that? Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, they be good at hiding information from people, bro. Louis Farrakhan's father is a white man. Among Bar, pull it up. He's a white man. So why would we have a white man as a leader? That's because they was able to use colorism to tell us if you melanated or black skin, that Bob Marley was a white man. His father was a British man.
It's like he talks so low to these white people, and I'm like, they gonna kill everybody. Being like they go like that.
Come on,
man. Like, how does man ain't got his head blew off here where he talks to him? So I learned where the connection, where you just back connect or what the heck? And he's like, dude, like you just don't survive talking to me like you gotta believe me.
Like, you gotta be about that life, or you gotta be.
You can't even hide from that.
The Lord got to be with you.
Really, like you said, mobilize.
The Lord either got to be with you or you got to be with the enemy.
Yeah.
The Lord with us. We don't make no treaties with him. We don't compromise. None of that. I'm telling you straight up. We ain't got no dealings with white people. Now we can do business with them because it ain't no law against doing business with them. But they ain't in our organization.
Yes, right.
But they definitely a part of here you go, Percival Clark. Look at the TV. That's Farrakhan's father.
Yeah.
Look at his faggot ass. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. Look at his gay ass. Louis Farrakhan. That's Louis Farrakhan's father, right there. Now, let me tell you something. Dr. Umar and him are both charlatans because they package up a religion that sounds great, it feels great. A charlatan is a slickster, a shyster, a hustler. You know what I'm saying? With them words, and he can package up something and sell it to you easily. That's a charlatan. He'll give you something to make you feel good for something in return, which is money that makes him feel good. That's a charlatan. You understand? A charlatan is a sucker, really, because the people gonna find out eventually, and that's why the social media engine is so against us bringing out the facts. Right. But Louis Farrakhan know who we are too. You understand? Like, we done been up to the mosque. He know who we are. But the thing is, they don't come up off of what they know to be false because of the money. It don't make money to do what we do. See, we're not about the money. We're about the people. They're about the money in exchange for the people. You understand? And so when you a real nigga on the streets like I am, and you see them type of niggas, you just know he's weak. Ain't nothing. Listen, we was at camp last year. We was at camp out on where we was at Canania on Fond du Lac, right? Yeah, we on 35th and Fond du Lac, and the Muslims came up. You know what I'm saying? Black Muslims. I wish you could just get the video and put it up there. And they come up there talking like they know history and everything about. I know more about Islam than all them niggas. And if they was to ever get it, if you ever see somebody in Islam that think that they a real imam and all that, tell them come sit in here in this class or come to this school and set up a debate with me. Tell them to do that. I'll smoke them in 10 minutes. I'm telling you straight up, because they don't have a clue what the hell they doing. I know more about Islam than them. I know more of the Quran than them, because they don't even use the Quran. They really use the Bible, and then they say they use the Quran. They don't follow the Quran. They be cutting the hair off their face. That's unlawful. According to the Quran, you ain't supposed to be doing that. As a man, you supposed in the Bible, because they took the Bible and created the Quran from the Bible, which is why it looks so identical to the first 5 books of the Bible. In the law, a man ain't even supposed to shave his face. Huh? Not supposed to do that. But white people got us coming up off our manhood. You see what I'm saying? They got us chopping it off. Only reason they ain't got no beautiful long hair right now is because the Lord took it. Other than that, my hair was about as long as his, or longer, about 3 years ago. But once the Lord said, "That's it for you, brother," I just was like, "All right, fine." You know what I'm saying? But to make the long story short, not only is Louis Farrakhan wrong for the people, Dr. Umar wrong for the people, Martin Luther King was absolutely wrong for the people, and he created the model that they use today to do that. So those are both two religions that we should never get into. As a matter of fact, we should hate religion.
That's right.
We should wipe religion off the Bible and use it as we always use it, as our records, our testament, our laws, and that's how we should rock our history. You see what I'm saying? Now listen to this. It said, Morton pointed out that both cranial and archaeological evidence showed that the Egyptians were not the Negroes, as abolitionists and colonizationists had maintained, meaning that the abolitionists in America and the people who was colonizing America were saying that Negroes were Africans and that they came from Egypt and that we descended from Ham. And that's why God was letting us come into slavery, because of the curse of Ham. That's what white people were saying to justify their actions. But real educated white people knew different. They knew who they was putting in slavery, right? It says, and in fact, blacks had been relegated, meaning, or blacks have been made to the same servile position in ancient Egypt as in modern America. Let me tell you what that's saying. White people did studies on the cranium skulls of the mummies in rich Egypt and in poor Egypt, the workers and the rich people, the pharaohs, the Africans, the real Egyptians, and then the poor, the workers, the people that built the pyramids. That's another thing, that aliens built the pyramids. That's trash. We built the pyramids. Niggas, Latinos, and Native Indians built the pyramids. One second, let me land my point. So now they knew, based off of studying the brain, that black people in America are the same black people or the same people that were in servile positions in ancient Egypt. So they compared our skulls with the pharaohs, and they compared our skulls with the workers or the servants in ancient Egypt. And you know what they found? We the same ones as the servants and not the fucking pharaohs. Which means we ain't Africans at all.
That's right.
Guess when they did this? In 1844. 1844. They already knew that we was the Israelites in 1844. Read what you got in Babylon and Timbuktu.
It's the book of Babylon and Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC.
Now, this is 5 years before Christ was born, right? So this is 65 BC, 5 years before Christ was born. Go ahead.
The Roman army under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
They captured Jerusalem. Now, you remember, I don't know if you're familiar with the New Testament. When the New Testament takes place, Romans ruled over us. That's why the Romans put Jesus Christ to death. That's why they was saying that the money had Caesar's face on it. All of that. This is the Caesar's face who was on the money. Him, that spaceship. That's the Caesar. At first, he was a general. Then the Caesar had died that while he was at war. There was one Caesar who told him and his son to go to war against Palestine in the Middle East, to conquer the Middle East. At the same time, that one died. So then General Vespasian went back to Rome, and then other generals went back to Rome. He fought against them niggas. No, what I can't say niggas. He fought against them crackers or them devils to become the actual general and Caesar and emperor. He won. Go ahead.
So, if I could, so basically, in a nutshell, they basically had a civil war over power.
Yeah. So they had a civil war over power. Go ahead.
So, never mind. I'll listen.
Okay. So they had a civil war over power in 65 BC. And then Vespasian went and won power. His son is Titus. So Titus became the next military titan underneath his father. Once his father became the Caesar and the emperor, he sent Titus to go and make war against Jerusalem in 70 AD. In 70 AD, the people in Israel and in Jerusalem was us. This was before we ever even before we went anywhere. This is right after Jesus Christ was alive, right after he died. So what he about to read to you is actual history. This ain't in the Bible, which the Bible is actual history, but this is a source outside of the Bible to show you that the Bible is actually factual. So read it.
General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Meaning Jerusalem. That's the state, right? Go ahead.
With great slaughter.
With what?
With great slaughter.
Meaning they did us dirty. You hear what I'm telling you? When they sieged, like you can go to YouTube and you can type Masada, the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD. And it'll show you the whole battle that they did against us. Man, Masada, first of all, Masada is a mountain. You understand? Where it's flat at the top. And that's where the temple was. It had big walls, like 50-foot wall high. And then it had a ditch that was the size of a mountain that was hard for an army to even come and do anything. But then it had a canyon and inner workings in the cave and all that lead it up and all of that, steps and all of that go all the way up. Now, when they came with war and they pitched the tent. They circled the entire joint because they sieged the whole castle. So they wouldn't let nobody come in and they wouldn't let nobody get out. You understand? So they had us in the siege, which means the water that we had in there, that's all we had. The food that we had in there, that's all we had to fight. You understand? Now, what they did was so they can get higher to bring they ramparts or they siege ramps. They packed in, they filled in the whole entire mountain. The deficit in the mountain, they filled that in with nothing but they built themselves a ramp to be able to go up to the wall and put their ramps at so they can get into the castle. Man, we fought with them hand and nail, brother, hand and nail. This is niggas like us type niggas fighting against white people type niggas. You understand? Donald Trump type people. Now, read on.
During the period of the military governance of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people during the period from Pompey to Julius.
Now, Julius Caesar was the one whose face was on that money. Julius Caesar, I think it was Vespasian. I think his name was, I don't know. That history escapes me right now. Don't quote me, but I'm thinking that Julius was Vespasian. And that's whose face was on that money when Christ said, give unto Caesar what's Caesar's and give unto the Lord what's the Lord's. Go ahead.
It's like, sir, so was the Caesar, is that just like a title? Or is that?
Yeah, Caesar is a title.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah, for all kings. Just like in Babylon, Darius is a title. That's not a name. Darius is a title. So Artaxerxes is the name. Darius is the title. You see what I'm saying? Or Xerxes. Or what's the other cat name who ruled over Babylon? I don't even give a damn. Right. Oh, Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar, he He was a Darius or a title, just like you have a Caesar. So you got that like that. So yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
It had been estimated that over 1 million Jews.
Stop. In reality, it was more than 1 million Jews. Go ahead.
Fled into Africa.
Fled where?
Into Africa.
Now, if Jews is white people, why in the hell are they running down into Africa? Ain't they gonna be found? It'd be easy to find them. When we fled down into Africa, we dark skinned and the Africans are dark skinned. So we can mingle in with them, and it'll be hard for white people to find us, to give us the time, the tactical time that it takes to regroup, get everything back together, and then do our thing again and make war against these Romans again. Go ahead, read.
Fleeing from Roman persecution.
Like, you should run from being persecuted and oppressed by white people. Instead, we run with open arms. Jesus Christ, my Lord. So when we close our eyes and pray, you know what we see? White Jesus. I don't give a damn how much black people talking about something. Jesus is black. You don't even believe that. Because when you close your eyes and you go, Jesus, help me, Lord Jesus Christ, you see a white man and you can't help him because that's what you've been taught. Go ahead.
Come. And slavery.
Because we didn't want to be slaves, right? So we fled down from there. Now, some of us got captured by them. Some of us got captured and we went into the gladiator pits. You know how in the movies they show you that the gladiators white people? That's not true. The gladiators was us. We was the niggas that was them gladiators. And them gladiators and all the people that did get captured are the ones who ended up becoming the nobility in Europe. Because there was a cat named Severus Septimus. He was a nigga. And then there was another cat named Priscillius Niger. He was a nigga. They was both gladiators. Now, if you win in the gladiator pit over and over again, they give you a wooden sword. When you get the wooden sword, you can either go into their military or you can get your freedom. Well, they got their freedom and then went and fought as generals in the white Roman military. Well, when they did that, they became the highest in the military. So to become a general, that means you have to have leagues of men who are loyal to you and that will die for you. So then now you have power. That's just like being Elon Musk. Imagine Elon Musk, instead of his riches, being manpower, who can kill. And I'm talking about legionaries. When a legion is 1,000 men, right? If you was a general, you had at least 100 legions under your command. That's 100,000 men under your command. That's power, right? So then the emperor that general would be loyal to the emperor, and the emperor would give him, you know what I'm saying? But if you have frictions between the emperor and the general, then that's a problem, because now the emperor is now using his riches to try to influence and infiltrate people in his army to change and turn on a general and take his place that will be loyal to the Caesar. And then the general is keeping his army with him to go against the money in the Caesar. That's exactly what happened. So Septimius Severus and Priscillius Niger, they all went against Rome, and then they became the Roman emperors, and they became the Roman Caesars. So there's a time when you had the Roman Empire, which was white people that ran it. Then you have the Holy Roman Empire, which is when the holy people of God were in power. So Severus Septimius was a nigga who was from North Africa, but North Africa was a part of the Roman Empire. So he was a part of the Roman Empire. You can find it in Acts chapter 2. It'll tell you that men from the place where Severus Septimius was from was niggas. It was Israelites. He wasn't no African. He was a nigga. And then Priscillius Niger meaning black, he was an Israelite too. One of them ruled the eastern part of the Roman Empire, and the other one ruled the western part of the Roman Empire. The residue of that became the Byzantine Empire, and then all of that became the Scots and the Britons and the Pecks, all of that, all of them people from the Highlands and all of that from in Ireland, Scotland, and Britain. Those were all the residue of the niggas that went down into them. Even Norway, the Vikings is black. I got a book over there to show you that the Vikings was black. So when you looking at TV and you see a motherfucker like White and all that, what was the cat name on Vikings? Uhtred, all of them, and Ragnar, all of them was black men. Was not white people, bro. So they done whitewashed the entire existence and took your whole entire history and told you was a rhino foot eating African with a plate in your lip eating doo-doo sandwiches. When that's not you. You don't eat monkeys. Now, when we went down into Africa, we was there for over 1,000 years fighting with them. Eventually, they pushed us to the west side of Africa. When they pushed us to the west side of Africa, we founded a kingdom. You know what the kingdom's name was? Just guess what the kingdom's name was when they pushed us to the west coast of Africa and we settled. This is where white folks came and got us and put us in slavery at, right? The name of the place, guess what the name of the place was? Oh, no. Judah. What in the hell you got on the west coast of Africa a place called Judah? Because that's where we was. Go ahead. Yes, it was the tribe of Judah, or the southern kingdom, which was called Judah, of the nation of Israel, that fled down into Africa. At the same time, the northern half of Israel was already over in America, there for a couple thousand years. They was already over here. We was still on this side of the world. Go ahead.
So that's a question.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, whenever we was fleeing from the Roman persecution, is that where the rebels, the Sakari rebels, is that when they popped up on the scene?
Yeah, they was there too. So it was a civil war happening in Israel when that's why the Romans even made war against us, because they knew we was infighting, right? So you had the Zealots, you had Sakari, then you had some people that was following some cat named Joshua, I believe, or somebody like that. And it was a couple of more other cats that they was following. And they was split up between like different sects of Israelites. We was infighting with each other. And then the Romans knew that. And they caught us on Passover. So it was everybody who was an Israelite came to Jerusalem at that time. Go ahead.
So, all right. So, if I could. So, when you saying we was fighting each other around that time, so my mind is thinking about how today, you know what I'm saying, how we fight with each other, not in the UPK, but you know what I'm saying, outside
the division amongst black people is historical. When they don't know who they are, and especially when they fighting for power, because we think that money equal power. Money don't equal power. Unity equals power. Togetherness equal power. That's what give you your strength. Again, we were just talking about if all black people and Hispanics and Native Indians was to just walk off their job, we'd be all right, because everybody could put in together. They did this in the New Testament. Listen, in the New Testament, niggas started believing on the prophets that followed after Christ died. They started believing on niggas. And so they all started coming. Imagine all Milwaukee coming here and saying, hey, man, we believe everything you're saying. We done seen all the work that y'all done done. Hell, you even started healing my daughter. You healed my auntie. You did all this. You did all that. How the hell did y'all do that? Nobody can. And they started coming here and saying, we going to follow you. Everybody start bringing all their money here, all of their riches, all their land titles, everything, and giving it to me and saying, hey, man, rebuild our nation. You know what I'm going to need then? I'm going to need all your sons. I'm going to need all your fathers, all your uncles, and I'm going to have to sit down in this room and teach every last one of y'all to become just like me. Why? So that we can build a military. We can take what we got from them and give us some power. Stop going to white people. Feed our people how we got to feed them and get what we need to get. Go ahead. And we did that in crisis time. Go ahead.
what you were saying. And we built a black Wall Street, and all of us came together, but we didn't have God in our situation. That's why it fell apart.
That's the point. If you look at the word God in Hebrew, it's Allahayah or Allahayim. It just means power. We didn't have power. What gives us power again is togetherness and order, discipline. But okay, so now you're looking at all of that happened to black people to get us over there to the west coast of Africa. Then when you get to the west coast of Africa, we started building our kingdom. It's called the Kingdom of Judah. That's literally on the map. I got another book over there where I can show you the map where it shows you. It's an ancient French map or Portuguese map, one of them. And those people was like the English, the French, and the Portuguese were the number one people that was putting us in slavery. They was going in there, capturing us, putting us into slavery, bringing us to America, putting us in chains. It's over there. What time is it? 2 more minutes in class. So here's where I'm gonna land. If black people don't get everything together based on practicality, because that's what the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge is about. It's about taking the Bible, showing the practicality out of it, showing how we can use it to get out of the situation that we in now. God don't love everybody. That's not in the Bible. Interracial marriage is against the laws of God. It's not a part of something that's acceptable in the Bible. So if you hear my voice, stop having sex with these white women. Stop having sex with these Asians. Leave these African hardfoot bitches alone. You understand? Like, you got your own. You got 12 flavors. 12 flavors. I'm talking Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, Venezuelans, Brazilians, Jamaicans, Haitians, North American Indians, Negroes, all that. That's all you. Argentina, go ahead.
I have mixed shit.
Give me more.
I got mixed shit.
Oh.
White and black, 2 white and black kids and Asian black. So that's so crazy to see.
Hey, listen. Here's what's fortunate. It ain't your fault. You understand? If you would have knew what I know, you would have never done it. But you did it. You can't take that back.
But we see this shit with the mix. And I was messing with Mexican.
There you go. Give him a hand. Hey, man, listen, well, I'm gonna pray that the Lord give you some children with that one. Straight up. That's where you need to make the children with, but that don't negate your other kids because you are an Israelite. So again, if you take an apple seed.
Remember I told you young lady I told
Yeah.
earlier?
Yeah.
I was telling her about the DNA from they get our DNA too.
Uh-huh.
And I told her about shit, the white man sleep with her. Guess what? Her baby still gonna be her because they can't up the man, our DNA, if you girl pregnant, her DNA, your DNA is in her.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So let me see if we're saying the right thing. If I got,
But we don't do that.
I'm sorry.
But we don't.
Well, when you say we, who you saying?
Man.
Man, yes.
Yeah.
Men. The seed come from the man.
Yeah.
So if I got a white woman, an Asian woman, African woman, but then I put my seed in all 3 of them. They just the soil. You understand? What's gonna come out of them is another me. You understand? Now, you talking about the babies?
No, the mom actually got your DNA now.
Yeah, but no. Okay. Shit. Okay, yeah, but here's how that works. Every time a man ejaculates in a woman, his DNA or remnants of his DNA stays in her reproduction system.
That's
All right. But her DNA is hers.
Yeah.
and it's different from yours, but in her reproduction systems, then your DNA stays in her. So imagine a woman having over 1,000 sexual partners and over 1,000 men done busted in his best. Well, guess what? When she actually has a baby, that baby can not only have the DNA of the father, but it can also take traits from every other man that done busted it. So a woman is designed to have only one man. A man can have as many wives as God gives him. Here's the deal. Sex is marriage. Not a ring, not a piece of paper, none of that. So once you stick your rod in a woman, you bought her for life. Christ don't believe in divorce. He don't believe in it. Unless a woman go get with another man, you got to stay with her forever. Other than that, a man can have as many wives as he wants. And listen, I'm a living testament. You understand? You can do that. But nevertheless, here's the deal. If we don't take the practicality out of the Bible and learn something that we done lost for eons and millennia, then we going to always stay exactly where we at, because we going to think Islam is the way, Christianity is the way, all these other false ideas. If we don't all come back together under one God, one understanding, one belief, one teaching, one Lord, then guess what? And one banner, we not going to get up out of here. It's just not going to happen. Every other race knows how to stick to their own. Race wars is coming. If you can smell it in the air, they absolutely coming. And we are not equipped. As a nation, we not equipped. And all of that, interracial marriage, and I love who I love and all that, that's going to go out the window. Because if you messing with a white woman, then guess what? When that time happens, there's going to be a separation, a racial line. You think that, I married your daughter. They don't give a damn about that. Cross that line, they're going to do you. And that's vice versa. Because men like me going to run it. And if anybody white come over here, you just hung. You good and hung. You understand? We ain't got no time for it. They ain't got no choice. That's a fact. Yeah, you better. I'm telling you like that. You bring them sons right on in here, because they Israelites. Because you're an Israelite by blood. Again, being an Israelite is not a religion. It's not a gang. It's not a movement. It's none of that. This is your bloodline. It's your identifying factor. You see what I'm saying? The same way white people calling them Jews, they don't call that a religion. They call that a people. Here's the deal. When you say you're an Israelite, then you're in a group. You're in a cult. No, you are the actual Jews. Take your identity back and run the planet. With that, I have to class over the priest and officer, Lacombe.
Isupk security announcements. Well, the Isupk started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only.
Which means that if a man or a woman come in here to learn, that's exactly what the hell they in here to do. So if 17 bad bitches was over there coming to learn, you don't go over there. None of you don't go over there and do nothing but salute them. Give them the time it takes to focus on how to be better. Because if you take them how they are, they're going to give you pain. And don't be mad at me. You understand? Don't be mad at me when you get a woman before time and you take her and you have sex with her over here. That's your woman. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Now, if you find out that, oh, man, Cat, she don't keep the law. She don't do that. That's your fault. Should have left her alone. That's your woman, though. And so give her some time. And that goes for women, too. When you see a brother you like, man, listen, there's going to be times when you come in here and there's going to be women in here. And there's going to be times when you don't. There's going to be no women in here. But when you see women in here, if they pull you to the side outside and say, hey, how you doing, brother? You think you can give me a ride home? Say, hell no. Go talk to the captain. Right. He got you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what they want you to do. Give them a ride home, and you're going to talk in the car all night, and then before you know it, you're right in the mouth. That's yours now. I mean, that's how it works. Go ahead.
Come. They are here to share themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister.
And this is why we separate from the Christian church. In the Christian church, everybody will go. You walk into the Christian church, even if she married, you can get with her. Even if he married, you can get with him. Like, there's no order in the Christian church, but in here, there's order. Go ahead.
There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means a tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest funds. It's a free will offering for priests, but for priests, it's not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have the closing of the Feast of First Fruits, which is June 8th, the 8th of next month, starting at sundown. So so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, come through, bring your family, bring your kids. You understand, as long as they are Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, on their father's side, they're allowed in here. You understand? If anyone want to be a trooper in the school, if you want to soldier up, you ought to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. But that's how I which means the same. Give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh,
Thumb.
Yahmatah. And what we just said was, it's like, Lord, in the name of Christ, bless you, in the Hebrew. So that's Yahweh. You can repeat after me. Yahweh. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem. Yahweh Shai.
You say
Yahweh Shai. Barak. Atah.
You just spoke ancient Hebrew.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's Lord. That's Most High, the Lord that runs everything. In the name of His Son Christ, bless you. In the Hebrew.
Ain't no sisters in here, so you can just clip it.
Come. With that, class dismissed.